Speaking of the elder statesman of the game, what about Bernie Quinlan, who we'll talk to in a moment?
Yeah, I thought Bernie was covered. Bernie is always dangerous because he's got such a lethal foot. I mean, he just glides it through from 60 yards out, no problems. But I felt he was beaten on today, but still, like all the Fitzroy players, showed enormous zest and spirit. And it was, I mean, the club was in a comeback situation, wasn't they? They had to bounce back, or you could almost shut the door after last week's humiliation. And to their credit, and to the coach and players' credit, they did it. It was terrific.
Well, Bernie, is that an overstatement of it, or was it really about like that during the week?
Well, we were in a pretty desperate situation, really. That wasn't an overstatement, no. We were really humiliated last week by Carlton. They are a very good side, but we really had to bounce back today and prove that we could be a good side, and we'll be up there with them.
Terrific win. There must have been a great feeling among the ranks tonight.
It was fantastic in the rooms after the game. You know, there was a different feeling before the game today, because I think maybe last week we'd been going along all right and maybe took it a little bit too easy against Carlton. Not taking anything away from Carlton, but you know, I think 3 wins in a row and we've been going along all right, and may have gone into it with a little bit not the right sort of attitude that we could have gone into the game with.
Bernie, has any mentioned? I've mentioned Richard Osborne a couple of times over the past few weeks.
Yeah, he wants to know if you want any landscaping done, Rob.
Well, he's a terrific kid and all that, but I do think he has weaknesses in his game, which unless he corrects them, he'll never be as good as he should be, and I think that's a waste. What's the sort of the senior player come selectors type of view of Richard and his game?
Well, I think you've summed it up pretty well right. He's got enormous ability, Richard, but he does tend to drift out of the game and tend to let his opponent get away from him a little bit when he hasn't got the ball. But you know, Richard playing well is a tremendous. He's tremendous for our side, and we really need him playing well. But you know, it's as you said with Alvin last week. Alvin runs away from everyone, and I don't really blame Richard for a lot of the things that Alvin did last week, because he runs right down to the forward line and kicks goals. And on the rebound, as Carlton were last week, it's pretty hard to get with him when he's got a 40-yard break on you.
The phases of today's game, Bernie, you seemed to play a terrific first half and didn't get much reward. You went in a goal in front, and you probably should have been a lot further ahead. Were you disappointed at that stage?
Oh no, we were pretty pleased with our second quarter, because Hawthorn had the wind, and as you could see in the last quarter, what could be done when they had the wind. And I think we held them to 1 goal, so we were very pleased to hold them to only that 1 goal in the second quarter. But at quarter time we were a bit worried, because I think we'd kicked 3-10 and it looked as if we had wasted the wind.
Bernie, the ball seems to be coming at you pretty well, and you tend to run a long way towards the pocket. Doug Barg in the centre, you got something worked out with him?
Oh, Doug's a very good kick, and I know when Doug gets a ball that I've got confidence in Doug that he can deliver the ball well. So certain players who can't kick very well, you lose a bit of confidence in leading to them, but Doug, you always can lead with plenty of confidence.
Bernie, apart from the win, was the biggest lift for the club the return to form of Rendell?
Well, I'd say that was Rendell's best game in 2 years, Ron. You know, he's been down with injuries and form, and probably, yeah, it's fantastic. We really need him firing, because, you know, he's 6'7", and we really need a bloke that size firing against blokes like the Maddens.
No doubt you really enjoyed today, Bernie. You're still enjoying it in the overall just as much?
Yeah, I am, Tim, yeah, especially when we're going along pretty well as we are at the moment.
Right, you got another year left in you?
Oh, I don't know about that. I'll see about that at the end of the season.
Good on you. Good luck. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Tim.
Okay.